We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
People of Center, St. Mary and surrounding.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama.
Here is
Where I watch?
Popeye.
are you on exactly? If you are,
Greetings viewers and subscribers. In the news today, detectives at the Savannah Lamar police station, they have arrested and charged a 21-year-old guy for larceny. This is after him thief over $2 million Jamaican dollars from his boss. His name is Donald Whyte, but he's popularly known as DJ. Like I said, he is 21 years old and he's living at Rickett Street in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. Our information is that DJ, he was a trusted employee and he was working at a popular supermarket on Darling Street in Savannah Lamar. We are learning that the owner for the supermarket, he's living a few chains from the supermarket. DJ, the trusted employee, he had certain access to the boss' home, but not inside the house. That access that he had was limited to the outside. On Saturday, July 12th, the supermarket operator, he made checks in a security deposit box he had inside the house and he realized that over $2 million was missing from it. He viewed his camera system and DJ was seen going into and coming out of the house. Not only that, he was seen on camera thieving the money on different occasions out of the security deposit box. It was also found out that DJ, he had purchased a car from the boss' money. A report was made to the police who commenced investigations. DJ, he was picked up by the police and when he was confronted with the evidence, he confessed. He was charged, so he'll be facing the courts shortly. Boy, may I tell you, In this next report, the swift action of a security guard led to the arrest of a guy who robbed a 6-year-old schoolboy. The thief's name is Delano Fratt. He is 22 years old and he's living at Wellington Street in the Falmouth area of Trelawny. Reports are that on Wednesday morning, July 16, the 6-year-old boy, he was at the Falmouth All-Age School when Delano went there and grabbed his green knapsack bag containing a black Motorola cell phone, one black USB card and adapter and a t-shirt. Delano, he then ran off into bushes at the school. He was later held by the school's security guard with the bag containing the items. The police, they were called and Delano was handed over to them. He was charged for the offense of larceny from the person and he'll be facing the courts shortly. Security officer, job well done. In this report, this one took place yesterday afternoon, Friday, July 18, about 12:30. It took place at Sean Crescent in the Rose Heights area of St. James. Our information is that a team of police officers, acting on intelligence, they carried out a raid at an open lot in the area. A red shopping bag was seen hidden beneath a piece of zinc. The bag was retrieved and searched, and bingo! One black Glock 9mm pistol with the serial number intact was found inside the bag. No one was arrested in connection with this find, but intelligencers, big up on yourself, and officers, job well done. This one, it took place early yesterday morning, Friday, July 18, about 1 o'clock. It took place on the street that used to be called River Bay Road. It is now known as Pops Lawrence Drive in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. Our information is that a man in his late 20s, he's a truck driver from a St. Catherine address. He drove a truck from the Calbert area and he journeyed to Montego Bay to deliver some goods. He stopped and he was delivering the goods when he was approached by 3 hoodlums. One of them was armed with a rifle and the other 2, they were armed with handguns. The hoodlums, they took down the driver and they used a piece of rope to bound his hands. They robbed him of 200,000 Jamaican dollars and 300 United States dollars in cash. They also robbed him of his Scotiabank debit card plus other personal items. We are told that the hoodlums, they asked him for the pin. The driver, he was reluctant, and the hoodlum with the rifle, he used it to hit him in his head, causing a serious wound. They also robbed him of a quantity of goods from the truck. The hoodlums, they then used the driver's Scotiabank card to withdraw 75,000 Jamaican dollars from the ATM. They then made good their escape. Why may I tell you? In this next report, the Lucea police, they are searching for a guy known as Damien or Tallman. Reports are that yesterday afternoon, Friday, July 18, about 2 o'clock, Tallman, he went to a guy at Hoist Brissett in Lucea who he had given a bike to fix. It is said that an argument developed over the fixing of the bike. The allegations are that Tallman, he walked away and he returned shortly after with a gun. On seeing the gun, the other guy, he ran off into his house and locked his front door. It is further alleged that Tallman, he fired a shot at the guy, then made good his escape. The police, they were called, and we are told that the police, they saw a bullet hole in the door. So, Tallman, he is now wanted by the police. In this report, now, on Wednesday, I carried a report about an accident where 3 men lost their lives on Tuesday afternoon, July 15, about some minutes to 6 o'clock. That accident, it took place along that road on your screen. That's the Norman Manley Boulevard, right in the vicinity of the Little Bay Country Club in the parish of Hanover. Now, let me address something. Follow me closely. There are some persons who are commenting and they are saying that Popeye always called the name of persons. So, how comes he's not calling the name of the 21-year-old assistant manager who was driving the brown Toyota Hilux pickup? Yes, based on all I have seen so far, the driver for the Hilux is wrong. Apparently, he was going too fast on the wet road and he ended up losing control of the pickup. If you have been following this channel for a while, by now you should know that in cases like these, I do not call the name of the driver unless he's charged by the police or that there is a clear indication that he'll be charged by the police. In this case, I am now understanding why some people think that I am afraid of calling the person's name. They are saying that the guy who was involved in the accident is Niney's son. You know who named Niney? Niney is the man who operates Jam West and the owner for Home Solutions in Negril. They are saying that it is because it's Niney's son why I am afraid to call his name. Follow me now. I do not know for certain if this guy is Niney's son, but I am sure that Niney's surname is not Golab. Are you following me? This 21-year-old assistant manager who was driving the pickup, his surname is Golab. Niney's surname is not Golab. Got it? So, if you look on your screen, there are 2 of the hardworking men who were killed in this crash. The one to your left is Ricardo Bayliss. He was a 37-year-old construction worker living at Hart in the Green Island area. The car was being driven by the mason to your right. His name is Owen Jackson. Owen was 48 years old and he was living at KlLL in Hanover. The 4 men who were in the car included a 65-year-old mason named Mr. Calbert Hart. He also died in the accident. He was living at Cousins Cove in Hanover, and another Mason who was in the car. He's known as Lincoln. Now, Sandals Hotel. They are carrying out expansion and refurbishing on the Sandals Hotel in Negril, and the 4 men who were in the car, they were working on the site. After a hard day's work, the men, they left the hotel at minutes to 6 o'clock Tuesday evening. The plan was for them to go home to their family, relax and return to work Wednesday morning, but that was never to be. They lost their lives at the hands of an inexperienced driver. Let's hope that Lincoln pulls through, because it is Lincoln's evidence that will ensure that justice be done in this case. Condolences to the family and friends of these 3 hard-working men. Sad indeed. In this report, the police in St. James, they are awaiting the result of a postmortem examination to ascertain how a 76-year-old lady died. Her name is Mrs. Beverley Lawrence Brown. She was living at Barrett Hall in St. James. Our information is that Mrs. Brown, she was living alone and she was not known to be suffering from any medical condition. Mrs. Brown, she was last seen alive on Sunday morning, July 13, about 9 o'clock. Yesterday afternoon, Friday, July 18, about 2:30, a resident smelled foul odor coming from Mrs. Brown's apartment. As a result, he went and made checks. Mrs. Brown, she was found lying on her left side on the floor. She was in a partial state of decomposition. Mrs. Brown, she was dressed in a blue polka dot blouse and a burgundy tights. The police, they were called in and they processed the scene. Now, like I said, a postmortem examination will be done to ascertain what could have caused Mrs. Brown's death. In the meantime, the police, they are carrying out investigations. In this report, a man, his name is Lancelot Wilson, but he was popularly known as Lance. Lance was 49 years old and he was living at Greentown in the Whyte area of Trelawny. Our information is that Lance, he had mental issues and he was on prescribed medication. Yesterday afternoon, Friday, July 19, Lance, he was seen going to the river in the area to hold a bath. He later returned to a house where he normally sleeps in the community. When the owner for that house reached home and he went inside, there was Lance with a piece of rope tied to his neck and hanging from the ceiling in the dining room. An alarm was raised and Lance, he was taken down, but it was too late. Lance was DEAD. The police, they were called and they processed the scene. We are told that the police, they suspect that Lance, he took his own life, but investigations are continuing. Sad indeed. So, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final report for today, that guy on your screen, his name is Patrick Barnes, but he was also known as Popeye. He was a 39-year-old fisherman living at Newtown in the Cousins Cove area of Green Island in the parish of Hanover. Now, what you are learning is that Popeye, he was a political activist for one of the political parties. About 6 or 7 years ago, Popeye's father named Delroy, he was a fireman and he was working at the Lucea fire station. About 6 or 7 years ago, Delroy, he was chopped up and killed at his home at Cousins Cove. Our information is that Popeye, he was last seen alive by members of his community on Wednesday night, July 16, about 10 o'clock. Yesterday morning, Friday, July 18. Persons became concerned because Popeye, he was not seen and his car was parked at his gate. As a result, a relative went to his home to check on him. On arrival at the home, a foul odor was coming from the inside of the house and it was securely locked. The police, they were called and they entered the house. Popeye, he was found lying on his back on his bed in a state of decomposition. We are told that when the police inspected Popeye, he was found with chop wounds to his neck. So the questions investigators are digging into are who killed Popeye and why? The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sin, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them block out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south.